welcome to episode 5 of the Kernel by Obsidian. In this amazing episode, we have got Martin, we have got Deon, and we have got Fred. And we are talking about, how do I pronounce the name of our episode?
While True Tell Story.
While True Tell Story, which in code means just keep talking, which is exactly what we're going to do. So I'm going to kick off with you, Fred. And I'm going to ask you to tell me a little bit about what you do. Just give us an insight into what your job is and what you do.
So all three of us work together. We're in the same team, and we look after lots of customers' Linux systems. So we do the sysadmin for Linux servers for our customers.
Okay, and then translated into English, that means...
We keep them running.
Which is good, because today we're going to be talking about all of the things that can and have gone wrong, right? This is our blooper reel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shudder.
Dion, as you did that little shudder, was there something in specific you were thinking of? Like an incident that just made you go, oh no, why am I here?
So many things. I mean, we were talking outside and I said, how does it feel if you do something wrong? And Martin said he just feels the blood drain from your body. And one day I was doing something and I pressed the button. As I pressed it, I thought, oh no. And that blood drain out of my body. And I'm like, and I look, it's not that. Okay, cool. But you first have that, what did I do? And then you get, oh, okay, cool. That's still salvageable, or it's not that bad. But yeah, we got some serious war stories of, people thinking that they're on one server and then they're on another. We have one young lad that was busy on a computer. He walked away, came back, and he forgot that he was on SSH into a server, and he powered off his laptop. But he didn't power off his laptop. He powered off the server in a hosted environment with no other remote access, where the client had to go and fill in a book and go to the hosted environment data center, and they go in there. And it took about 3-4 hours for them to travel there, switch it back on. So yeah, that was a oops.
That is an oops. And the fact that it took him 1 second to turn off the server, but then how many hours just to set it? Why is it so easy just to turn it off and not turn it back on again?
That's a good question.
That is a good question. I feel like it's an excellent question.
Thinking about, everything's virtualized these days.
Yeah.
In the server realm as well. So that isn't really such a big deal if you're working on virtual machines.
Yeah.
But when you're working on physicals and that machine is physically switched off, where you need somebody to stand in front of it and press a button, if that thing is in a data center miles away, kilometers away, then that becomes an issue.
Yeah, and that was
Do not switch off anything.
And that was a physical server.
Yes.
Oh my Lord.
We had someone that the server rebooted for some reason, and he was going through the logs to find out why it rebooted. But instead of, and techies will get this, instead of saying pipe grep reboot to search for the word reboot in the logs, he said pipe reboot.
Oh no.
And the server rebooted again, because basically you're giving him the command.
You told it to. Yeah. It was a very good server. He was doing his job. Yeah.
So yeah, that was a oops.
What was the fallout from that?
Luckily, that was a case of where we can, you can spin it and say, we had to do this before because something didn't come up the first time or something like that. We don't always spin. No.
I was wondering about that. Should I throw that one in? Like that's part of the job description, but it really isn't, folks. It really isn't. I promise you.
I don't know. I'm not really buying it as much as I bought his love of the coffee, to be honest. So, I mean, for yourself, Martin, what is it like about your job that you love doing? What are some of the things that make you continue going back to that desk, despite the fact that you get that cold, horrible feeling from time to time?
If something is broken, we tend to want to fix it.
It's like a problem-solving thing.
Yes.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
see, it's not working. There's the thing within you that just wants to fix that, and the moment it's done, it's just satisfaction. Doesn't matter if it's big or small. The bigger ones obviously
Gives you
bigger
sleepless
reward
nights.
in that, but even the smallest little thing. Like I love oiling doors in my house, or anybody's house for that matter. It's a bit awkward when I walk into somebody else's house. If I hear a squeak, I want the satisfaction of just putting some oil on there.
So, guys,
And
this
there's
is the
nothing
right
more.
person to invite to a bride.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yes.
I'm
saying.
thinking the
Yeah.
same thing now.
Do you know
Do
what I
we need to
mean?
supply the oil, or do you bring your own?
Yeah, this is a very good question, actually. And also,
I've been
is it a
known to
specific
order
kind?
some.
This is great. He's got like 5 different oils in his car. This
Yeah.
is for door hinges. This is for garages.
Sunflower oil has a lot of purposes, I can tell
Are
you
you
that.
serious? Sunflower on the door.
Just that, any oil will
Huh,
do.
I would have thought that would have rusted the door. That's amazing. But I'm not going to let you escape that lightly. You like it. You like solving problems. But give us a story. Tell us a moment that happened to you where you were just, oh no.
Yeah, I don't have any of those.
He's
Not
too good.
recent ones.
He doesn't make mistakes.
No, it's not true. It's not true. We were thinking about our stories of late, obviously, but the one that comes to mind is while I was working for a certain big medical
Company.
service provider.
Yeah.
They're also service providers, right? So it was very fitting. I really liked working for them because they've got such a great goal and mission in the world, helping people, because I really like that as well. So there you are helping them do their work better, supposedly. But I was kind of new in this environment and had to do maintenance, and that's one of the things that system admins do a lot of, maintenance on their infrastructure. And the next moment, I pressed something and I just saw users disappearing off the screen. Now, this is their entire Active Directory that is countrywide. So doctors, nurses, patients to some degree, and everybody in between. And I just saw them disappearing off the screen. So Control-C, Control-C, Control-C. By that point, A, B, C, D, and most of E was already gone.
Oh my God.
On a Friday afternoon, still working hours, you need people logging in to be able to do anything these days. So you can imagine, there it was, draining all the blood. Yeah, but the amazing thing is there are backups. If we know what we're doing, there will be a backup.
Hopefully.
And Active Directory, for example, if they design it well, thank goodness we're not designing it, we're using it, but it's designed well, so there's some way of retrieving it. So a few hours later, not really even hours, but everything was back to normal. Kept the job.
Yeah.
Talking about backups, if it happens, we had another story where we were running Red Hat virtualization in the early days, beginning of Red Hat virtualization. And nobody told us to back up the database. So you've got all these virtual machines sitting on your host, and all the data is locked into a database. And midnight, something happened. Still a puzzle, still a enigma or whatever. And we just got this call from one of the admins and saying, we need help. This thing's gone down and we need to get it back up. So I put up my hand, okay, cool, go to the office, 1 o'clock in the morning, Red Bull in hand, started working on this thing and try and get the VMs back. It took us 24 hours.
Sitting at the desk, like just
Sitting at the desk.
Unmoving.
Get it
Jeez.
back. We had a sysadmin guy working with us, and I don't know what weird stuff he did, but he got things back up and running. And the only reason why it happened, we did not make a backup of the database.
So that you would have literally been able to do it as quickly as
Do
he
it
did.
5 minutes. Within 5 minutes, it will have been sorted, done.
But you had to actually go back and rebuild and
We had to
rediscover all
rebuild
the data.
one one thing he did was he would go into the hex code of the virtual machine. I don't know, slaughter a black cat or something, and then you can see, oh, here comes the virtual machine up again. I'm like, what? What did you do? But that guy saw the Matrix, so yeah, that was a. But yeah, that was one thing where if you had a backup, 5 minutes instead of 24 hours.
But surely there must still be incidents where you guys hit a snafu and it doesn't come down to the backup, where it comes down to something's just not working and you've just got to figure that out.
Yeah, no, I think we all love puzzles.
Okay.
So, and it when you sit with a problem and a client gives you, because they don't have an idea, or they will struggle with it till about 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then they will phone us.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, no, that is fun. So then we will take the puzzle from there and say, okay, let's have a look with this, and you try this, you troubleshoot, and you start from point A, you work your way up to Z27, and hopefully you get to a place where you will have that aha eureka moment where you can have sort the problem. But yeah, sometimes you'll have to just tap on your buddy's shoulder and it's like, I'm out of ideas. What's happening here? So,
Oh, yeah, so a fresh pair of eyes.
Yes.
But that does make me wonder, because when you were talking just now, right? I mean, why is it that systems only ever go down on a Friday afternoon? Or as you said, at midnight. Like, they don't seem to do it during business working hours, do they? I mean, is there an actual pattern of that, or am I just imagining this?
I
'Cause
don't
feel
think
like
so. I
they
think
choose
those are
this.
the ones that you remember.
the stories that you remember to tell, because they're the worst ones.
They're the ones
yeah.
that you're sitting until whenever.
Yeah, a lot of companies nowadays don't even allow any changes on Fridays.
Yeah.
Because they know. You see,
Yeah.
I'm right.
Yes,
It's
yeah,
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need at least another business day to recover from anything. And
Yeah.
You don't have that on a Friday.
So Monday is the best day to do a change, right? Because everyone's fresh and
Absolutely.
bushy-tailed.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Had enough coffee. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we've got one client with. No, I'm not going to tell that story.
This is when we
It's
do our
that
3-second
bad.
pause.
Oh, I want to hear this.
I want to hear the story.
They're still clients, so no. No.
Yeah, so, I mean, while you think about that, let me tap into some of the Fridayness that we've just talked about, which is, and I'm going to start with you, Fred, is what are some of the things that have happened to you over the course of your career that have made you kind of figure out better ways of working to avoid, which I think is a massive pitfall based on the hours you have to work sometimes, burnout,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I think most of these war stories are old stories because things have changed. Like the way IT works nowadays, you don't get that many of these situations anymore. There's a lot more redundancy and things like that in place, so they don't really happen anymore. But yeah, speaking of burnout, I did have that. I left IT for a while and came back. So
You came back?
Yes,
Wow.
yeah. Was
Okay.
ready for it again. I
Was it
guess.
because you knew that they now had the
fumes again.
redundancies in place?
Yeah, it looked easier this time
I'm only
around.
coming back when that system's up, I'm afraid.
Yeah, when we decommissioned one server, he came back.
Yeah.
Was it just the server of doom?
The Etna.
Oh yeah.
Bad
yes,
memories.
Yeah.
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 Jeez.
Yeah. So I think a lot of automation helps with that. With Ansible playbooks and stuff like that. So if you have a lot of servers and you do the same thing on all of the servers all the time, you can create a playbook to do that for you. So and then it cuts out the finger trouble. And I think that also helps a lot. We're all human. You all make a mistake. Some more costly than others, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, sorry, you were going to say?
Yeah, so the other thing that I'm actually thinking about is fatigue is a real thing. Monitoring fatigue. Because there's so much data flowing around these days. And you have to monitor stuff. You need to interpret data. You need to make decisions based on data. And if it's flooding your devices and your screens the whole time, like that's something that can get to me personally.
Yeah.
Whether it's emails or notifications. And but then there's lots of good solutions and a few really bad ones out there. to help with those as well. So yeah, I thought, let me just throw that in as well, because
I remember when we started out monitoring years back, giving out my age here, but when we started with monitoring, we got alerts like your phone would not stop.
Oh, that must be exhausting.
And I mean, the one person said, "Oh, they'll take standby for 2 weeks." And I remember in one meeting, I said to the MD, "He will die." And the MD's like, "Why?" It's like, "Look at this, the phone is going crazy." And then we started working on thresholds and, setting them, and if this happened, do that, that type of thing. And then it slowed down a bit, and then it calmed the nerves, I guess.
prioritize.
Yeah. So if the memory shot up, don't worry too much. But if memory and load and this and that, then start panic.
Yeah, 2 alerts.
Scramble the F-16s. There's stuff coming.
Seems a little hardcore. I mean, is that what Obsidian does? Or do they just call you guys the F-16s? Just get shirts made.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, yeah.
They're actually F4s, but okay, yeah.
The F4s.
Close the window.
Oh, no, that's so bad. But let's keep it. I like it. A dev joke, finally. So, Martin, here's a question. Yeah. Besides using tech to minimize the constant bombardment of insights and data, I mean, what else is a good plan for you guys? To go outside and walk in the grass in bare feet?
Definitely.
Maybe just get grass in the office.
I've got one of those grounding mats.
Really?
Most of this last year, I was working on that, literally sitting on that.
What is a grounding mat?
So the idea is we should be getting our feet onto the earth every day,
yes,
right? For some time at least. Yeah. So taking that idea to the techs that's indoors the whole time, you plug that into your earth,
your wall
socket to the earth, which then indirectly, mostly directly earths you, gets you grounded. So that mat basically takes the load from your body, transfers that into the earth, and it still has the same effect as the feet on the grass, especially if you don't like being without shoes. I think there's a lot of us out there. I'm not one of them, really.
No,
I do enjoy being in the outdoors. Hiking is amazing.
Yes, hiking is amazing.
Yes.
Although hills I'm not a fan of hills.
Oh, I love up hills.
No, it's not okay. They seem very unnecessarily aggressive and high.
I find the down could be a lot worse on the knees.
Interesting. Yeah, sorry.
Aren't mountains funny?
Why?
I think they're hilarious.
Oh no, here we go.
That cracked me up.
Wow. The saddest part is how long it took my brain to get there. I was like, where's the punchline? Oh, that is so bad.
That was a cliffhanger.
Oh no. And this is when it all went downhill. So I'm going to turn back to you, Fred, to bring in some sanity.
Okay.
If you make any bad puns, we'll be having a talk afterwards. But I think one of the things sort of pulling in from there is you're talking about how tech is evolving, and you were saying how it has reduced quite a significant amount of stress. Can you talk me through how, for example, tools like AI and all the other elements that are now available to you guys, how the human and the technology are working together to really change the shape of your job?
Yeah, I think AI is an interesting one. It's kind of a bit of a buzzword at the moment, so everyone wants to include it, and I think we're still figuring out how exactly to include it and use it in a good way. But to some degree, I think we all use it. So things that you would previously have Googled, you can now ask AI and get a more direct answer than having to go, whereas Google would have given you a link to an article that you can go and read to find the solution in there. AI will now do that for you and give you the solution. And
Google's in trouble.
But it's still just a tool. It's still just a tool. You can't just blindly trust any tool. You still have to have some common sense and maybe some intelligence to interpret what you're getting back from the tool. But it's getting better all the time. It's exciting. I think it's very interesting.
But I think the human and the technology sides need to stay in balance, don't they? Because I don't feel like a lot of what you guys do is possible to do exclusively with machine, right?
Yeah.
There's as you said, there was a guy who you felt was tapped into the matrix. There's an intuitive element to what you do, like almost an understanding of the tech itself and the code and how it moves. And
I think a lot of times when we use the AI tools, you still need to know what you are searching for. And you need to tell it in such a manner to make sense for it to give you an answer.
Yeah, you need to know what question to ask.
Exactly.
Yes.
And if it gives you an answer, you need to have the common sense to say, I can't run this, this will do that. So run it, test it, hopefully not in production.
Sandbox that thing.
And,
Nice. I
and
love
make
that.
sure that it's working as what you want it to do. And then you can say, hey, let's roll this out.
Yeah.
Not on a Friday, but yes.
On a Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, a good one that I heard that I think applies to pretty much every job or industry is that AI won't replace a doctor or fill in your job here, but doctors who use AI will replace doctors who don't.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's the thing to keep in mind. It's a tool. It's a very good tool. It's a very impressive tool, but yeah, still a tool.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And I think taking all of these elements into consideration, and Deon, I'd like to start with you here. How do all of the things we've spoken about today across the technology, across clever solutions, like Martin was talking about what did you call it, grounding mat, which is very cool. How do all these things come together to help teams become more resilient and more balanced so that they actually achieve more in less time and without burnout and stress?
Well, my big thing is I always say there's not a day that go by that you don't learn something. If you learn something every day, you learn something new. And that helps you grow. And we have a thing we call, share, what we call show and tell. So we do a show and tell with all our team members and say, look at this cool thing that we got. And everybody's like, oh, that's so awesome. Please show me more. Or what. So we like to grow and learn new things. And even the youngest person with us, they will come in and, they you show them something and they say, oh, but I do it this way. I'm like, what? I've been doing this for 20 years and I've never seen that. So that's also cool. But,
Yeah, actually, that's a cool reason sometimes you just ask AI how to do something, even if you think you know, because there are new ways of doing things that come out. And sometimes it's really, really, really cool to see what other ways there are to approach something.
I mean, there's commands that we don't. The one, I think it was a Christmas time at the office. It was slow and nothing was happening. So we had a pop quiz. So you go through the commands in the Linux and say, who knows what this command is? And who knows what this command does? And everybody's like, what? Never heard of that. So there's so many commands that you don't use. You're always stuck in the same ones. But I think you learn more and you grow and I think that's what keeps your job alive, I think.
Keeps it interesting.
Interesting, yeah. And you want to wake up and you want to go to work and interesting puzzle solvers. I don't know.
Yeah, you see, I don't understand that mindset at all. I just don't, because when my PC goes kablooey, I go the same way. I'm like, but for why? Why is everything dark?
Yeah, you see, we say why.
You see, and I go, why?
Why? Why?
I'm like, where did I put my hammer? Why am I using Microsoft?
Yeah. That is a good question.
It is a good question.
And what is your answer?
Yeah. Although, I can tell you my recent horror story. Do you want to hear mine?
Yeah, sure.
I'll tell you my horror story. Is like the other day I bought a brand new monitor because I'm a gamer. So I have a beautiful big LG monitor. It's like 45 inches. It's very nice. It's got a beautiful refresh rate. It's a real beauty, right? So I build it and I set it up and I put it next to the PC and I attach all the cables and this thing's not turning on. Hey? So now I've still got the plastic around the edges because, you know, like those people who like to keep plastic on their furniture, I like it on my tech because it keeps it beautiful. Like maybe it's behind the plastic. I need to take it off. So I take off the plastic and I'm checking around this thing. Did I, dear reader, plug it in? I did not. I did not. I spent 15 minutes troubleshooting a monitor that had no power. Yeah, it just turns on automatically. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Static.
You know, so maybe I could get a job in your environment. What do you think? You know,
Yeah,
those skills.
we have power.
We have a test as well.
So there's a way.
Fair warning.
No, wait, there's a test I have to pass to be able to do this. Can't I just waft in and say I fixed my monitor?
You can waft into the test.
That seems a bit unfair. Does it involve a lot of maths?
No, a fair amount of intuition actually, as well. So you never know.
Maybe
You could ace it.
Maybe I should just do the test just to see. That'd be cool. But before I do the test, Fred, I'm going to go back to you. And unfortunately, I'm not going to let you escape without giving us at least one more horror story. In fact, I'm going to get one from each of you before we call this session to an end.
A horror
Just
story.
come on, just one more. The moment where that cold feeling happened to you and you went, I could move to Baruba now.
I think I've been lucky. I don't have any big ones like that. The only thing I can think of is a generic thing when we were talking about having to go to data centers to turn servers back on and things. I think the scariest moments for me was having to remotely change the server's network configuration, because if you get that wrong, the server might as well be off. So kind of like way or technique, or I don't know, recipe that I learned over time from experience with that was to schedule a reboot for 5 minutes from now. So tell the server to reboot 5 minutes from now. Do my networking change. If it doesn't work, the server will reboot with the old settings. If my changes do work, then I cancel the scheduled reboot.
That's clever.
Well, I thought so.
Yeah,
Saved me a few trips to data centers.
You see, there's your backup and fail-safe. Do you know what
Yes,
I'm saying?
yeah,
A few
yeah.
trips to data centers,
Yeah.
Cool road trip. Maybe? No? As long as there's snacks.
Well, road trip for me was I got a call by previous company. I was a road technician, and help desk let us know that in Sateki in Swaziland, or Eswatini, there was a total lightning strike. Everything is dead.
Oh,
And so I took 2 complete systems, was point of sale machines, took it through the border, you've got the customs problems. And so that whole trip probably lost me 6-7 hours, kept me busy. When I got to the shop, I walked in before I unpacked the stuff from the car, and I just had a look and everything is dead. And I look at the plug and I kick the plug and everything came back to life. I just kept quiet. I got into my car and I left.
7 hours back.
you see,
7
I told you
hours
my
back.
monitor story had legs. See what I mean? I'm already a 20-year experienced veteran. Oh my God! So that was a 6-hour drive. Did you at least stay the night there and then?
I had to go down to East London from Swaziland, so that was get on the road and be like. There's a series called Ted Lasso.
Yes, I love Ted Lasso.
He says, "Be like a goldfish." Forget about it. 10-second memory. Get in the car. Go.
Forget about it.
That's behind
Yeah,
us.
okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Martin, I mean, I don't know if you can top the
I
deleting the
can't.
medical record story.
I can't top.
I feel like that is
No.
is a contender for first place today. Don't you guys think so? I feel like you're underperformers compared to Martin, actually.
We don't want to tell you all the horror stories, because then people's like, oh, don't trust those guys. But
Well, I don't know. I think the complete opposite has happened, actually. And I think all of you are brilliant because you found a way to fix them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And you didn't panic. You had the cold feeling, sure, but you actually stepped up and went, okay, how do we fix this? And you fixed it.
Where's the backups?
Yeah, look, sometimes it boils down to, especially if it's data loss, transactions. I think when there's money involved, and there's usually with business, it's some level of money involved. But where users have to literally go and recapture things for hours and hours and hours because of information lost.
Put someone in into pain.
Yes. So that isn't a great feeling. But then there's also the scenario where you're troubleshooting a problem that starts small, and the troubleshooting gets so elaborate that later on you've changed so many things that the actual system just doesn't even work anymore, and you have to rebuild from scratch. So I've had a scenario or two like that as well, you know. But then it's only one person that sits the whole weekend rebuilding that.
That's you.
As far as the users are concerned, it
Nothing
didn't work
changed.
in the morning. The next morning, oh, you must have fixed it. Yes, I rebuilt this thing from scratch.
and there's you lying there on the ground going,
I go,
why?
oh, I need sleep.
Which actually, I mean, I think I might have lied about the last question, because I think I do have another question based on what you've just said now, which is, guys, you've talked about how something you might have done could have resulted in a horror moment and then you fixed it. But what about something that a user has done that has put everything at risk and you've gone just, no, like, you know, like a slow motion movie, no.
How much time do we have?
Yes, that's the...
Do you have
Most
a
gases.
sterling example of like just when people have peopled?
Changes on a Friday.
The changes
then-
on a Friday.
And then they leave it for the weekend, and then the monitoring goes crazy. It's like, who changed what? No, nobody changed anything. That person is dead. So yeah, that's, and you get to the truth, and it's like, someone changed this. This file was changed 3 minutes past 3 on a Friday. Oh yeah, that was me.
Yeah. One example, a recent one that I've got, it's a chain reaction. You've got a dev building a specific screen on an application for a user to fill in information 10 years ago, maybe 6 years ago. And that one value is basically a ticking time bomb. And in 6 years, nothing goes wrong. And then one user comes on one day, they copy and paste a value wrongly into that one field.
Block. Yeah.
Yes. And that kickstarts a process where you sit with an entire system that goes down because of processes in the background spinning up thousands and thousands and thousands of these
Hundreds
systems.
of thousands.
It was literally hundreds of thousands with automation at the back of that. And it brings an entire system down. And the solution isn't as easy as being able to delete something, because even that kicks off more automations. And we were in a situation like that. And you know what really was useful in that? Besides the poor people that had to address this and fix this, and this was hours and hours and hours, communicating with the customer and keeping them calm. ChatGPT was just so amazing in translating what the chaos is into something that
Into
the
people's
client needs
Yeah.
to hear to keep them calm. I thought that was so cool. And to be able to play that middle role was something that I really enjoyed.
That's amazing. That is
Yeah.
such a cool use of ChatGPT as
It
well.
really is.
That is amazing.
Yeah. How do I translate complete chaos into
Everything will
hope,
be fine. Into hope.
hope and calm?
Into hope.
Into
That's so
ChatGPT?
great.
Like, awesome.
Oh, no, that's amazing. Well, thank you guys so much. That was, I personally think, the best interview ever, obviously.
Oh, of course
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah, I think so too. Thank you so much for being on the show.